Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Middle of the week, day after the election. And regardless of whoever won, um, the elections are guarantee of freedom. And, whether your candidate won or not, you know, as I said in the previous video, we need to honor God's will. And this was God's will. And again, whether you're in agreement or not, I think we need to trust in God more than anything else, right? Anyways, this is in the raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And have you ever been blinded by a light? I'm sure it's happened. I was driving to work this morning, and it's still dark when I get here. I usually get here around 6, but not anymore since the time change. But usually it's still a little dark, and as you're driving, when you find an incoming car or car coming in the opposite direction, the lights are bright and they can blind you. So, I'm sure you've been blinded by a light before, or just a light that shined on your face, right? But imagine a light from heaven, right? And to make you fall to the ground, and then you hear a voice speaking to you, right? Calling you to a mission. And, this is something that probably is not going to happen to you, but it did happen to somebody named Saul. And Saul, who later became Paul, as you know him in the Bible, he was called by God in this, impressive manner. And he was actually blinded by a light, and fell off his horse, and then heard a voice calling to him and saying, "I'm going to use you to change the world." And we don't see that anymore. We it's very rare that somebody would say, I experienced this out of this world, experience or event, and very few people talk about something like that, that's happened to them. But even though it is a dramatic event, in Paul's conversion, we are called every day. God calls us, and it's not going to be in such a, like I said, such a dramatic fashion, but if you, whatever it is that you're doing in life, whatever you're working in, whatever job you're doing, whatever your vocation is, you are called to make a difference, right? Maybe it's a department store where you work, or you're selling, I don't know, department stores aren't that common anymore, but maybe you're selling suits, and you can see your job as a ministry to help men look better. Maybe you're a counselor, and you see that as a calling to help others, be the best that they can be. Maybe you're a manager in a plant, like in production, factory, and you are doing your part to make sure that your company runs smoothly, that you have a profit, that people are having a quality experience in their job, and you're leading people, and so that is a calling. And we all have a calling, and it's not about just going to work every day. If you see your job as just another day at the office, or another day at work, and I can't wait till this day is over, I can't wait for the weekend, if you find yourself thinking that, then you might not be seeing this as a calling, because God places a calling in our lives. We don't have to be a missionary and go to another country to have a calling. We don't need to be a pastor, right, to have a calling. Anything that we're doing, as well as if we are dedicated to what we're doing and we are doing God's will, And we are doing what he is asking us to do. And we are ministering. We look at it as a ministry, helping others, making other people become better, making others fulfill their purposes in life. Then that's a calling, whatever it is that we're doing, and we need to see it as such. And this reminds me what Paul himself said in Colossians 3:23. He said, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people." And see, there's the difference. He says some key things here. We work willingly. Willingly, what does that mean? That you are doing it out of your own will, that you're doing it because you want to, because you like to. And it says, as though you were working for the Lord. Look at it, look at your job as if you were doing it for God. Look at it as if you were doing it to please God. And then it says, rather than for people. And that's the problem sometimes. We focus too much on the people, and people will let us down. People will disappoint us. And oh, that boss, I can't stand him. Oh, that person that I have to work with, my coworker, I can't stand them. Oh, I have to go back into work and see that person again. Or those customers, I can't stand these customers. Or those patients, I can't stand these patients. Or these students, I can't stand these students. I just need to get through this day. It gets to us. Yeah, it gets to us. But we have to remind ourselves we're not doing this for them. Before, we're doing it for God first. And then it'll translate into doing it for them because we're doing it for God. So, yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, and we will talk to you soon.